Hi, I'm going to explain the REST paradigm. So here is my mental map. And what is the REST paradigm? So it means the representational state transfer. That means that we can separate the client side for the server side and allow us to connect them. The advantages are that the modularity and the evolve and that the client and server side can evolve independently. So the modularity is the implementation of the server that can be done independently without each knowing about the other. This means that the code on the client side can be changed at any time without affecting the operation of the server, and the code on the server side can be changed without affecting the operation of the client. It keeps client and server side separate, and they evolve independently. Allow us that if we know the server and client, the format of message to send to the other allows us that change any data or information without alter the whole system, and that improve the scalability by simplifying the server components. The statelessness property allows us that the server does not need to know anything about what state the client is in and vice versa. In this way, both the server and client can understand any message received, even without seeing previous message. And resources are the nodes of the web. They describe any object, document, or thing that you may need to store or send to other services. And reality, quick performance, and scalability as components that can be managed, updated, and reused without affecting the system as a whole, even during operation of the system. The communication between client and server. So the REST requires that a client make a request to the server in order to retrieve or modify data on the server, and the server send a response to the client that can include some data or not. So it means that in the client side we send some request to the server to update or get some data from the server, and the response is the response of the server that tells the client if the operation was successful or not. And if the client send some get request, the server can include that data in the body of the response, or just can send or can not send any data. The rest have some some components that are the header that allows that sends some meta information about the request, like the content type that can be a text or a JSON uh, object. Include the HTTP method that can be a get, post, put, or delete that tell the server what the client wants. So if set a get method, it means that the client wants to get some data, or if it's a post method, says that the client wants to save some data. The path to the to resource is like the path that can that responds to some function of the server, and the body is the data that the request is sending to the server. And in the server side, the response can have the content type that set in the response what content type can the client receive, and can send some code status that are the HTTP status that can be 200, that means that the operation was okay, or 201, that it means that the operation was successful in the creation of in saving some information. And that's all. Thank you.